Alright, I am reading a fanfiction that I wrote. It is called Keystone Motel. It is a Transformers IDW Generation 1 fanfiction between myself, insert Skids, and Rung. The summary reads Skids notices something strange is happening and decides to take matters in his own hands, only for this to backfire completely and blossoms the already awkward relationship with his friends. As a fair warning, this is smut and will contain several acts of a little slash between Skids and Rung. And this fanfiction is sponsored by myself because I wrote this while having an idea at 4 a.m. in my mom's car. Yep, my story of my life right now. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a good accent, and you can notice by my voice, I am congested at the moment. So I'll be reading this and coughing and shit. Don't worry, I don't got COVID, don't worry. So enjoy. I think the program is struggling with human gender, Rung said. No worries, Rung, you'll be fine, Swerve said. Where's Mal at? Rung asked. Oh, don't worry about me, Rung. And plus, even if you don't have a nice holoform that represents your gender, you'll still be handsome, Mal said, showing herself. Rung's jaw dropped at the woman in front of him. Thanks, he said. He looked at the Femi and smiled. She was pretty. Skids, on the other hand, saw the looks the two were giving each other and chose not to elaborate further. They were honestly being friendly, so it was none of his business anyways. Rung continued to talk to Mel before she giggled. She was interested in what Rung had to say. Clearly, Skids knew something was up between the two. Anyways, we should get going, Swerve said. Well, me and Mal decided to hang out for a little bit. Back at the motel room, if that's fine, Rung said. Swerve looked questionably at that, before shrugging it off. Alright, go ahead. We'll be on our merry way then. Swerve turned around. Mal and Rung walked to their room. They both shared. Skids followed them. It was weird that the two of them got a room together, even though they're both different genders. Once he arrived at the door, he couldn't unlock it, so he looked at the peephole. Skid wasn't one to intrude, but seeing as these two were obviously hiding something serious, he couldn't care less. He saw Rung and Mal making out, and Mal seems to rub Rung off, so there was something going on between the two. Mal pulled away and sat down on his dick, riding it, while moaning loudly. Skids never seen Mal this relaxed and immediately began to get, happy. He groaned. Mal came within a few minutes. She was still making out with Rung and enjoying his company. Skids continued watching. Mal pulled away and smiled at Rung. You're really eager, aren't you? She asked. Rung smirks. Only for you, Mal, my dear. And they immediately began back to making out. Skids at this point tripped over something, making a loud noise and gasped. Then he heard noises. Hello? Is there anyone there? Skids heard Rung's voice ask. God damn it, I can't even do a fucking British accent for my own reason. Rung, you should check that out, Mal said. Rung sighs and gets up before wrapping himself in a towel and opening the door. There was Skids on the floor looking in shock. Skids! Come in, Rung said. Skids had no choice. He walked in. Rung shut the door behind him and locked it. Rung sat down on the bed. There was a few minutes of silence before Skids finally found his voice. So, Skids began. How long were you two going behind her backs for? He asked. Rung sighed. We've been doing this ever since Mal's sessions. What are you planning on telling anyone this? Becky asked. No, we wanted to keep this on the down low. We didn't want anyone to know. Those bedroom sessions were actually us fragging, Rung said. Skids was absolutely shocked. Not only was his two friends fragging, they also lied to everyone. I am telling everyone, Skids said. No, don't, Skids. This isn't meant for anyone to know, Rung said. But Rung, the Lost Light deserves to know. What you're doing is borderline wrong, and you know it. What will happen if they found out? Skids asked. Rung sighed. He knew what Skids was referring to, but it didn't stop him. Skids, maybe we can offer you something in exchange for your silence, Mal pipes up after hearing the conversation. Like what? An option to fix my memory issue? I doubt that'll work, Skids said. Mal giggles. Not that silly. I'm referring to your little friend. Mal points to Skids' obvious bulge in his all that matters pants. Oh. Skids forgot about that. He was so wrapped around this revelation that he neglected the part where he got happy and immediately went to confront the two. Skids didn't know what to do. So, how How long were you spying on us for? Judging by that erection, you must have been spying on us for a long time, haven't you? Mal said. Skids didn't know what to say. He was ashamed by this and felt extremely embarrassed about this. Mal looked over to Rung. Should we do this? She asked the mech. Yes, Rung said. I'm sorry. Skids opened his mouth to interject. But I don't think, he starts. I walk up and grab Skids' bulging dick. Oh, going straight to the action. You don't think what? You're clearly in some kind of need of pick-me-up. Mal began to rub his dick. Skids let out a moan. So relax and let us help you. It'll work out in the end, Mal said. Skids thought about what the female said and agreed. Although he never fragged before, something seemed to tell him that his first time was going to be wonderful. Okay, Skids said. Mal smiled. Rung, could you be a deer and stand next to me? Mal requests all the while fondling with Skids' dick. Rung stands next to Mal, who began to unzip Skids' hollow-form pants. Rung dropped the towel on the floor and began to stroke his penis. Why? Why did I do this to myself? Mal started to rub Skids' dick and hearing Skids moan. She placed her lips on Skids' dick and began to lick it. Skids gasped. Mal bobbed her head up and down his dick. Skids moaned, gripping his auburn hair. Well, this is basically his old hollow form, if you know. At the same time, Rung continued to stroke his penis. Mal continued to lick his penis until Skids felt tightening. Frag, I'm about to come. Skids grasped out. Mal knew this feeling all too well. Rung had come so many times before, but seeing it as Skids' first time, she'd be glad to tease him before he released. Mal began to go slower. Skids, on the other hand, wasn't so pleased about this at all. All he wanted to do was come, and that was taken away. Why aren't you letting me come? He asked. Mal chuckles. It wouldn't be fun if I allow you to, isn't that right, Rung? She asked him, who by now had semen dripping from his cock. Yeah, that is right, he said out of breath. Mal continued to tease Skids before she sucked his dick again. Mal felt the unmistakable taste of a tangy liquid. She moaned out loud as Skids groaned. Mal stood up and wiped semen from her lips and gave a seductive look to Skids. Come here, Skids, Rung ordered. Skids' daughter walked over to Rung and gave a hard kiss on his lips. Skids was surprised about this and continued to kiss Rung, which escalated to a full-blown making out. Skids never really had done this before. He was straight, but he had a sinking feeling that he might be bisexual or pansexual. Whatever sexuality he was, he rather enjoyed the feeling of this. Rung continued to make out with Skids before pulling away. Rung immediately sat down and ordered Mal to sit down on his cock. Mal did exactly that. Skids was towering over Mal at this point. Rung had Skids place his dick in Mal's pussy while Rung had his dick in Mal's ass. Oh yes, both holes are filled. On cue, and both started thrusting. Mal won't allow the two males thrusting deep inside her all at once made her stimulated. The two kept thrusting. Skids, being as this was his first time, was actually sensitive from the base of his cock. He never fucked anyone before. He never really had time to do so. Mainly, he thought he was undesirable due to his memory loss. What bot would date someone who forgot everything every 6 months? Other than that, he was enjoying this feeling. Rung, on the other hand, already came deep inside Mal. Rung being much more prone to coming earlier due to the experience. Rung paid to kiss Mal on the side of her head and trailed his kisses down her neck as she let soft moans. Skids felt the rush of his orgasm incoming. He said into Mal repeatedly over and over until he grunts. Rung knew exactly what this meant. Smirks. Come in her, Rung orders. What? Skids asked. You heard me. Come in her. Rung repeated. Skids was unsure of this. Surely Rung wasn't going to allow him to come inside his spark mate. Skids would never betray his friend like that. Be Skids, everybody. Are you sure? Skids asked. Yes, do it. Rung said. What if I get her sparked? Skids asked. You won't. Now come, we don't got all day, Rung said. Skids reluctantly came inside of Mal as her pussy filled with so much sperm that it overfilled out from her pussy and onto the floor of the hotel room. Mal was painting. Skids looked in shock. He never really expected for this to happen at all. Rung smiled contentedly, pulled both of them with a hug. Wasn't that wonderful now? Rung asked. Skids could agree. For his first time, he could agree with that sentiment. The three of them fell asleep in the huddle. I fucking hate my life. So that was the fanfiction. The link to the fanfiction will be in the description. And let me know what you did about this. I might be reading fanfictions apparently. So yeah. I was inspired by my best friend Tales of Enigma, who I did a video collab with him on basically his latest video, The Occlusion Zone. I want you guys to go check out his videos. Leave a link subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. I am aiming for 500 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you could subscribe, it'll mean a lot to me. I've been stuck in the coveted 300 subs for like years now, and it's like a curse for me, and I can't get past it. So if you would do that, I'll be gladly happy to see that. Let me know if you want more of this. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a good one.